Hello there, Sandy's advisory service. What I'm doing now, which is pretty well out there, and as I've written before about taboo subjects, and this one I'm making a video on sexual harassment. Now, I didn't know how to do this, but I'm dressed in black. I've got been to work, now going out to catch up with the people from work, and so I thought this is appropriate to wear so that we all catch up after, maybe for a couple of drinks or whatever. Okay, so the irrational belief is when you're getting harassed and there's any cases, and this is for women and men, boys and girls and youth, because that's who I'm mainly working with, is that the irrational belief is, oh, look at the way she was dressed. She was looking for it. She deserved it. Well, let me tell you, no one deserves anything, anybody, putting anything on anybody else's body, emotionally, personally. So the Wurruwarrin training that I'll be doing, it looks like it's finally happening, but the promote and respond to workplace diversity, and one of them is low self-esteem. Sexual harassment can involve all negative polarities. So what I've actually done with that, I've gone through my history books and got the wounded body. Sex in the West. Our traditional people, we just went around, talk to anybody who's been to a nudist camp. I've been to a nudist camp, when I was in my 40s. And no big deal, you get a bit embarrassed at first, but once you're out there and you're with everybody, you're all the same. The thing is, this is what I'm trying to promote. Now, a lot of people won't like what I'm promoting, but I'm telling you now, this wounded body is crying out to be listened to. We have all these images out there. After the war, Marilyn Monroe, everything was for smoking after the war. It was really cool. We've had this entrenched in our minds that we've got to, that's what the guys want. And now, so also for, all walks of humanity, male and female. So, and also why I'm very passionate about this, Soul of Woman, Embraces Heart of Man, is about my great-great-grandmother's story. And this is on page 16. Now, my great-grandmother, Louise, what happened, she was a very smart woman, very, very smart, and I just love her to bits. I love her spirit on how she's a survivor. So when she realised, since the South Australian province came into being, that she was a leader, she was a healer, and she, as I've stated in this book, she said to them, hey, Mr. Government, my people need blankets and food. She just stood up there, so she got listened to. All right, so with the colonisation, the men being shot and killed, basically, this is a history that Australia and a lot of other nations, the colonisers, have to come to terms with. You can't keep denying it. And through accepting it, we can all heal. We can all start healing. Just have the gumption to get up and say, not only we're sorry, you have to really mean it, okay? This is the higher consciousness that I'm actually pushing forward. So just to let you know how, black women, Black Velvet, they were known for tainted sex, tainted. Yuppin means easy sex. They had a word for our women, those that come over, conquered our country, and had a word for yuppin. Easy lay. Now, if you don't like what I'm saying, turn it off. Go somewhere else, go to another YouTube. But this comes back to sexual harassment and no respect for anybody, male or female, of what they want done to their body. Not to be anything to be forced on, either verbally or physically. Okay, so great-great-grandmother basically said, oh, I know who's coming here. There's the government. They're coming here and that, so I'll speak with them. And, okay, she knew what men were like. So that's how my great-grandfather was born. Still working out who it was in the government official party. Okay, so that had to be hidden. So later on, 5-6 years down the track, Pinki Mack was born. Basically, by the protector of Aboriginals. And he was already married. So that just saying, and I'm not pointing, I don't want to go back and bring up dramas, but the truth has to be told. And why I'm so passionate about respecting our women, and then any women, like Black Lives Matter. So while that's going on there, I'm using that punt, whatever. I'm taking a punt on this. So, and then with my workshops, it's again, I'm doing sexual versus sensuality, because we have consciousness raising. So now with how we've been genetically, DNA and through cellular memory, been used and abused, and some marriages have worked out between, especially in our country, between Scottish pastoralists and Ngarrindjerri women, and they've been married. So I'm not putting people in boxes. That's one thing I don't want to do. People do not go into boxes. We listen to each person's story, and that's why I've got my great-great-grandmother's story, and I can tell it, how smart she was. So she had her generation of kids. She had to marry 3 or 4 times, but she did that out of survival for the spiritual connection. And without her, I wouldn't be here doing this now, and she's with me. Okay, so there's so much evidence throughout history on how our women, how men, anyone feels about our bodies. How ashamed we are of our bodies. It's not on. Anyway, so that's just a quick talk on where I'm heading. So you're either going to be interested in what I've got to say, and there's different stories, and I'll be putting this out there with Sandy's advisory service. So there's going to be deep issues that actually, not just those that are getting it and right, these are for people that are sitting and had really had drama coming in there, like a lot of pain. So I go into the pain body, how we work through that pain, and you work through that pain and you get your gift. That's the wound. So then your gift comes out, and then you can go and do, what I'm doing, promoting a healthier environment, because we understand. That's all it is. It's simple. Okay? So thank you for listening, and I'll be back. Okay? Bye.